Today on Spec vs. Wreck, Homesick Pilots versus Hellblazer 256. Amy versus Epiphany. Who wins? Hello and welcome to Spec vs. Wreck, my YouTube series where I'll be taking a newly published issue that is being spec'd on in the YouTube community and run it up against an older issue that can be found on eBay for 20 bucks or less. In a few months' time, we'll see which one came out on top as the speculation buy. Okay, here are the rules. The back issue must be found as buy it now listed on eBay for 20 American dollars or less. That's around $25 Canadian where I live. The condition must be at least very fine, but preferably near mint. I'm going to go with some back issues that aren't currently on people's radars, some pretty obscure stuff. Maybe I'll be proven right, maybe I won't. But I'll always give you my reasons as to why I believe the wreck will rise from the bottom of the obscurity sea to recognition. Also, I do not encourage speculating on comic books. These videos are for fun only, nothing more. I'm not a professional speculator, nor do I even sell comic books. I read them, period. And you should always, always, always buy what you intend to read, not what you think will be a hot commodity. So with that out of the way, for our very first Spec vs. Wreck, we have Homesick Pilots, issue 1 from Image Comics. There are, that I know of, 5 variant covers. And the buzz on this book has been pretty hot. Published a few weeks before the time of this video in December 2020, you can see from current eBay listings that it's already being sold for below cover price. That's not a great sign, but this book does have some good things going for it. Number 1 is that it's the first issue, which means that it's the first appearance of the main characters, particularly Amy. It's also written by Dan Waters, an up-and-coming writer who's starting to amass an impressive list of work. So that's its second plus. Number 3 is that it's from Image Comics and independently published. It could easily be picked up for a movie or by a streaming service, in which case the value will go up. That's why it's a spec. Actually, this book checks a lot of the boxes I like. It's a ghost story, and different from the typical superhero genre proliferating Western comics these days. The color is bold with well-sequenced innovative art. But did I like it? Not really. There were flashes of brilliance, but the characters didn't really draw me in. Sorry Dan Waters, but in my opinion this issue was a shallow grave. Casper Weingard really needs to amp up the gory panels if they're going to pay off. They weren't scary at all. My apologies if this was intended as a ghost story and not a horror book. When I first heard about the premise of this book, a young punk rock band wanders into a haunted house looking for a place to stage a gig, I couldn't help thinking about mucous membrane. Not a mucous membrane, but the mucous membrane. For those of you that don't know, Mucous Membrane was the name of the 80s punk rock band fronted by John Constantine, who came to a disastrous end as well. Now that was a freaking gruesome tale. But we're not here to talk about the first dozen or so Hellblazer issues, we're here to discuss issue 256. Originally published in August 2009, issue 256 is deep into the Hellblazer run and begins what I consider its final arc, the marriage of John Constantine. Issue 256 also happens to introduce his wife, Epiphany Greaves. Easily found for less than $20 on eBay or your local comic shop, this issue has three major advantages. The first is a ridiculously low print run of 10,894 copies. That's under 11,000 copies. The second is that John Constantine is a very hot character right now. In my opinion, it's only a matter of time before Epiphany finds her way onto HBO Max or into the DC animated universe. Yes, I know the current trend is to ship John with Zatanna, but let's be honest, Epiphany is a much better fit for him. The final thing this issue has going for it is that Simon Beasley cover. Stop sleeping on Simon Beasley, everyone. So, because of its low print run and introduction of a major character in the Hellblazer universe, I honestly believe 256 is poised for greater things. Will it do better than Homesick Pilots issue 1? Well, only time will tell. We'll see in the future which one has the greater percentage rise. And with 256, the Hook storyline is pretty good too. Will I buy Homesick Pilots issue number 2? I'm not sure right now. Good, not a bad start, but like I said, it didn't really draw me in. Quite honestly, I'd much rather pick up some earlier Hellblazer issues while they're still on the cheap. So that's my opinion. We'll see if I'm proven right in time. See you again next time on Spec vs. Rec. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.